Previously on Skyblock Survival with Andrew and Jerox. Hello everybody, I'm Andrew, and I'm here with ChristosCraft, who streams on Twitch, and Jerox, who's also on YouTube, and I'm also with Andrew, because I am Andrew, and we're gonna go back to Skyblock for today. Skyblock. So, I did a little bit of enchanting down here while we were away. We have some villagers, I think Macy, Jerox, and James were working on getting some protection villagers, some mending villagers, some sharpness, some sweeping edge, you can hit multiple enemies, on breaking and efficiency. And this one they're still trying to figure out. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But I'd like to go to a dungeon event. I have some diamond armor with some enchantments, protection, mending, some custom enchants, mending, unbreaking, and a couple other enchants. And I need to repair them before we go to the dungeon, because I was doing another event where I got a couple of netherite helmets. So I'm going to repair that, and we're gonna go to this dungeon. We might go to the skeletal dungeon today, because I haven't done very much of that. So I have a replay mod of going to the skeletal dungeon. So here we go. Two netherite helmets, both with thorns, one on them. So there's that. So I went and had a little bit of enchanting, but OBS was recording the wrong screen. But I put protection 4, combined the helmets that were both thorns 1 and have thorns 2, and put unbreaking and mending on it. And then I have a silence armor trim, and I had a segment where I combined two of them with some diamonds, and you can duplicate it. So if you go to a crafting table or go to /craft, put the armor trim in, the deep slate, and the diamonds, and all the armor sets have their own things like that. Like this flow trim was breeze rods, but you add the netherite helmet, a netherite ingot, and the armor trim, and then now this netherite helmet has trim on it, except you can't tell through this resource pack. So this is how it looks without the resource pack. Oh, that's very anticlimactic. It just adds a slightly different shade of gray. Oh well, that's fine. Now we're gonna put back on our resource pack. It's something quadral, and that's what we'll use. Jirok, what are you doing? Jirok, whatever you're doing, Jirok, stop it. Jirok, stop doing that. Jirok, that's illegal and immoral. Stop that. Stop that. That's illegal and immoral. You stop that.
Okay. Oh, come on. You know I had to. I had to drop the info.
Yes. So I have the rest of my diamond armor and this netherite helmet, but I want to upgrade this to netherite. Andrew, how are you going to upgrade to netherite armor and skyblock? Well, normally in survival you would go explore the nether and find a bastion with something called a netherite upgrade, but there's no bastions to find in the skyblock. But we do get these crate keys, and you might get a netherite upgrade from getting them. And what you would do is you would take the piece of armor, and a netherite ingot and the netherite upgrade or the smithing template, and then you would get a piece of netherite armor. So I'm gonna go open these crate keys and see if I get a netherite or smithing template, and we will be back. So I didn't get any smithing templates from the keys, but Macy has some smithing netherite templates. So I'm going to take one and duplicate it and then give her back a bunch. But I'm going to go back to our island and duplicate them and make netherite armor. I could do it here, but I'm just going to do it back at our island. So I will return in a moment. So we only have one smithing template right now, and we can duplicate it if you do /craft. You put the smithing template here, and then you get some netherrack, or I think it was cobblestone, and you surround it by diamonds, and you have 2 netherite upgrades, and you can keep doing this as much as you want. So now I have 4 netherite upgrades and 6 left over. So we have 10 netherite upgrades, and what you do is you take your diamond armor, a netherite ingot, and netherite or smithing template, and now we have netherite chestplate, and we have netherite boots, netherite leggings, and a netherite helmet. You put that on. We got an achievement called Cover Me in Debris for doing that. So got that. But then we can also take our sword and turn that into netherite. Oh, here's our netherite sword. Okay. And we're going to keep this diamond pickaxe as Silk Touch and turn this one into a netherite pickaxe, but we'll rename it Netherite Pickaxe. Hopefully that's spelled right. So we've got 5 extra smithing templates. We'll put these here and take 1 to give back to Macy. So go to the island and come over here, and I think she has all of those chests over here. because we borrowed the smithing template and we're going to put hers back and then move on to what we're doing next. So there's something down here that I've actually been planning on doing for a while, and I had to think about it while I was on a walk yesterday. But we are building the mining facility from Mustafar in Revenge of the Sith, and this will be built up a lot more in future episodes. But something we need down here because of that is Obi-Wan fighting Anakin, because there's a scene where they're down in a lava pit on 2 hover pads, and I'm going to build that. So what we need is actually 2 sets of leather armor, so we're going to buy 2 leather caps, 2 tunics, 2 leather pants, and 2 leather boots, and we're going to need 2 armor stands, and we're actually going to need the budding amethyst that they didn't like, and we can only buy 1 stack, and we're going to need some blackstone, and then we need to turn this. Oh no, there's 2 more other things. We need to buy come on, I want to buy the black dye. We need to buy black dye, brown dye, orange dye, and white dye. And we need to go to /craft, and we need to make a orange leather cap, because Obi-Wan has orange hair. And we need brown dye for Anakin's hair. And we need to make a white tunic for Obi-Wan, and a set of leather pants that's white, and we need leather boots that's white. But then we need black dye for another leather tunic and leather pants and leather boots, and then we need 1 bit of brown dye for this leather cap. And what we're going to do is build up with blackstone 3 blocks over here, and build up 3 blocks over here, and get rid of this lower section. And this piece needs to be 4, and this needs to stay 1. And we're going to have the budding amethyst down here because there's a purple hover pad underneath everything. And we're going to have 2 armor stands here. So on this little pad, we're going to need to make this be Anakin, except this is facing the wrong way. We need the cap to be no. Okay, fine, we'll just have it like this. We're gonna have them facing the wrong direction. We're gonna have the leather cap and the leather tunic and the black leather tunic, and over here we're gonna have the orange cap for Obi-Wan's hair, and he has a white outfit and some leather pants. And something else we need is 2 diamond swords with any enchants. So we're going to go enchant those at the island, because that's where the enchanting table is, and buy some more lapis, and we will put a enchant on 1 diamond sword and another enchant on a different diamond sword. And we'll go back to home and give both of these characters a enchanted diamond sword. I should be able to do that. So I read that in Java you can't put swords on armor stands, but in Bedrock you can't. So I'm actually on the Bedrock account, and that account there is my Java account. So let's try and put the swords on the armor stands. No, we can't. So we're gonna have to find some other way to give them lightsabers. We could put item frames down. So I'm going to give the swords back to my main account and make some item frames to put next to Anakin and Obi-Wan, and I'll be back. I actually left a suggestion in the Advancius chat asking to allow swords, tools, or other weapons to be placed on armor stands and Skyblock, because that's kind of what I would like, but we'll wait a few days and see how that goes. So I can't add the swords to the armor stands, so I decided, at least for now, how about we make some item frames and put the swords next to everybody. So if we go to /craft and put some leather in here and put some sticks around it, you can make an item frame, except I need a few more sticks, and we can do this and make 2 item frames, 2 more. And this is what we're going to have to do for now. It's not going to work very well. Actually, I have an idea. Can you do this? Watch this, watch this. Watch this. We're going to try this. No, that doesn't work. Oh well. We'll have to do this for now. Actually, I know it'll work better. Why don't we use a... Let me break this. Okay, I made a blackstone wall, and we can put the item frame down on it. No, you can't. So we're gonna have to put the item frame next to them. That's what we're gonna have to do for now. Hopefully our suggestion gets put in. Turn that, and turn this, and for now this is what's going to have to work. You have Obi-Wan with a sword here and Anakin with a sword here. Can you rotate the armor stand? No, you can't. We'll figure that out some other time. But for now, we might do a little bit more base building. There's a big piece that's supposed to have fallen off down in the lava. So I am going to go build this fallen section that's right over here and do a replay mod. It shouldn't take too long, but I will be back. these air quotes trees are supposed to be lava spewing out of the lava or ground, lava flow, whatever you want to call it, because this section of the base that fell off, which is some kind of antenna that the mining facility has, impacting the lava, so there's splashes of lava coming out the lava, and then you have Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting on that, but then they jump over to a platform over here, and then sometime later on they'll be on some rocks over here, and I might have them fighting somewhere inside. But I think that's all we're gonna do in this episode for now. I'm going to leave you here. In the next episode, I might try and find out a good way to make experience. It could be just using this mob farm by itself. It could be a smelting system. I'll figure that out over the next couple days, and we'll make some experience system, and then keep working on the base. Like, we need to build up a lot more over here, because we have this unused hallway and this unused hallway, and I might have to expand out that way, because we need a place to eat. We need an animal farm, and that's about it. I just wanted to get a shout out to Casual Dolphin, Quinn, and Monkey Boys for making this server so great. I really, really enjoy the server. I love the mini games. I love Skyblock. I like the survival. There's good people running, and there's good people on the server. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. But anyway, good night to you.